Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
Today's question comes from David in Oklahoma. He says, my wife and I have started Financial Peace University. Way to go. We are on baby step 2 and we have some questions. Currently, we have 4 vehicle payments and I recently lost my job. We're living off my wife's salary and unemployment payments. We keep hearing about people selling their vehicles and buying cheap cars. How is this done when you're upside down? Very good. We are upside down on all 4 vehicles, and we want to know how to downsize. Lord. We are thinking about surrendering the motorcycles, but that will end up costing us around $16,000 after we sell them. Any help would be great as we are determined to get debt-free. Okay, so I actually have a list that they've given me here. So they've got her truck, which is $852.
Good God.
A month, by the way. They've got her, that was his truck. They've got her SUV for $677 a month. And then they've got 2 motorcycles. One's $555, the other one's $408. Now, he doesn't tell me how far upside down they are. I'm going to assume.
He thinks he's 16 on the motorcycles, but he's wrong.
Well, why do you think he's wrong?
Well, because he thinks that that they're going to give him full price in a repo. If you do a voluntary repo and you take people the keys, they sell your crap on a repo lot.
Oh, you're right. He said surrendering. Don't do that.
Don't do that. If they sell it on a repo lot, they sell it for below wholesale at a repo price, and they sue you for the difference. And it ain't going to be 16, dude. It's going to be 25 if you do that. So you don't surrender. You don't do a voluntary repossession. They may take them at some point if you can't get right up on the payments, but don't ever voluntarily, because you lose control of the sale price. Mm-hmm. And then you've got to work out a settlement for the difference, the deficit balance. So no on the surrender-o.
Yeah, definitely try to sell them. Now, these cars, $852, $677, that's incredibly too high for car payments. I don't know how far upside down they are again, but the idea here is how quickly can you get some cash stacked up, all right? So what I'm doing is, if I'm you, is I know you're on baby step 2, but I would pause baby step 2 for a second so I could stack up all the money you need to get out of this deal. Because essentially this is part of baby step 2. So if you've got a lot of your margin going out to extra payments, stop doing that and start stacking up as much cash as you can. And since you're in baby step 2, hopefully that means that you're working overtime. I know you lost your job, but right now is not the time to wait for your dream job to come along. Right now, get any jobs you can, right? While you fill in the gap, of them, right? Yeah. And take all that money.
You can drive because you got a lot of things to drive.
That's true. Look, delivery services out the wazoo.
Yeah. Now,
put the kids on the motorcycle to deliver pizzas.
So you got 3 things you can do when you're upside down. One is stack cash and cover the difference. So you got a truck that's, I can't even get past his truck.
I know,
it just
$852.
Makes me want to puke. But her SUV, okay, $677. So she owes $60,000 on the SUV, and when they look it up, it's worth $50,000. I'm making those numbers up. Mm-hmm. So let's say that means you're $10,000 upside down. How do you cover that? Well, one, you stack $10,000, and then you put that with the money with the buyer that the buyer has at $50,000, and you've got $60,000. Now you pay off the SUV, and they send you the title, and you give it to the buyer. Mm-hmm. That's one way. Second way is borrow the difference.
That's a good idea.
From your local credit union, or for God's sakes, $852. If you borrow the difference on a credit card, you're still come out.
Yeah.
Okay? You're already $8 bazillion in debt.
Even if your credit is shot.
Now you're just $1 bazillion in debt.
Yeah.
And now it's just not, now you're truckless. Oh, well.
Yeah.
It's kind of goes along with being clueless. So,
even if your credit is shot and you can't get a good rate from a credit union, just still dump it on a credit card.
Yeah, it's still debt. You're just moving the debt around, all right? And then the third thing is a modification of that. If your truck loan or motorcycle loans are with your local lender, your local credit union, your local bank, go sit down with them in person and say, "Hi, I'm unemployed. You're getting ready to get a truck back. You want it? I don't think you do. Turns out this SUV, we owe $60,000 on it. With you guys, it's worth $50,000. You need to help us get out of this so you don't get stung." This is you talking to your credit union or bank manager in person. not on the phone, and for God's sakes, not by email.
Yeah.
Go sit down and look them in the eye, in person. And what we want you to do, Mr. Bank Manager, is allow us to sign the note for the difference when it sells. So we're going to put the SUV up for sale for $52,000. It's going to sell for $50,000, and we're going to come in here and we're going to sign an unsecured note for $10,000 because you already have an unsecured note for $10,000 because you have a $60,000 loan on a $50,000 asset. So you are already $10,000 unsecured. All we're doing with this transaction is admitting it and lowering our debt by 5/6. Therefore, we have a higher probability of actually paying you because we can survive. And so you talk them into converting the upside down portion into an unsecured note, which, by the way, it's already where they are. They're already unsecured for that amount.
Yeah.
And you can do that if you go in person and present this logic to them. Plus, you're a bankruptcy looking for a place to happen right now. Mm-hmm. And in which case, they get a whole bunch of new trucks sitting in their driveway at the bank, and they're going to get nothing.
Yeah.
Because they sue you for the deficit, you get nothing in bankruptcy on the deficit. Zero. They do.
And something tells me, I don't know, I could be wrong, David, in Oklahoma, but something tells me with these trucks and vehicles, you got more stuff laying around to get rid of. You've got riding mowers.
You think he collects toys?
He's got riding mowers. He's got a Peloton. There's some stuff that can be sold and liquidated for cash.
A bunch of stuff.
Look at everything.
Don't tell me you have a tractor. I'll kill you. Just don't tell me. Just don't tell me right now. Sell
Dave,
the tractor.
choosing violence.
Just sell the tractor. No, I mean, I know this guy because I was this guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just a boy that collects toys. And,
yeah.
And the problem with a boy that collects toys is we collect payments with them if we're broke people.
Do they have a golf cart too?
They
might have a golf cart to sell.
Man, yeah. They for sure have a zero turn that's $6,000. For sure.
I was shocked. I didn't know
that a lawnmower costs that much.
I didn't know, Dave, until I saw him sitting out there, and I was like, "Wait a second, you've got to be kidding me!"
There's a lot of lawnmowers that are nicer and more expensive than my first 3 cars.